2007 Audi Q7 4.2 liter V8. Ever since I bought it, I've had issues with key fob not working. I've replaced the batteries in it and even took it to the dealer to have reprogrammed, and nothing. So that entailed where I'd have to use the push button to lock and unlock these doors. Also, my push button start did not work at all. That was the other issue I was having, and they couldn't figure it out at the dealership. So then a while back, I've had a ignition lock code thrown up on the dash in the middle here, and it would flash constantly while driving. Well, I looked it up and it said it could be pretty bad. After a while, it could lock you out somewhere where you don't want to be. So I once again took it back to the dealer, and they said that the reason my door locks weren't locking is because the door handles themselves were bad, and I had to replace all 4 of them, and that is a lot of money. And also my ignition needed replaced. Well, I could probably live without the door handles for a while. They still lock and unlock by the handle. I don't really care about the push button start. Still starts with a key. So I went ahead, and instead of having another $800-900 for the dealership to replace that, I found it online. It is an OEM part, and basically that's what it is, and that is what the number is. I'm not sure what years for the Q7, or maybe it even works for like an A6, I believe. But I got that for about $280 some, and it did not come with a key. You're supposed to take your key in and have it programmed to this, I guess. I went ahead and started taking it apart myself. There's nothing online that tells you how to take that thing out, so I went ahead and started taking stuff apart, and I started with anything to kind of get me in behind there, and it started with this panel here, and then there's a panel, little black panel dust cover thing underneath there. So then I took the vents out, and there was 2. Everything in here is a Torx head. There was 2 in there behind that, and another one down here in the corner. And then I found where if somebody wanted to replace that MMI head unit right there, that they can take these buttons and pop them out, and there's 2 Torx behind there, and then that little cover on top of the steering column, you pop that out, there's 1 Torx there, there's 1 Torx there, and that whole thing will come out. That got me to another Torx head just right above here that I was able to take out. Then also there's a black bracket in behind here, and you can get to it from underneath, that takes a 10mm. It's got 2 bolts in it. That drops out. So I went ahead and did that, and then pulled the ignition lock out. Now that ignition lock has a few plugs back here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 plugs that you have to take out, and then these 2 come with a little bracket around it that you have to take back out, and then kind of shimmy it right back up underneath there. And so once I got that in there, couldn't believe it. I put the key in, started up. I thought, well, I don't know how much reprogramming I need to do. Then out of curiosity, took the key out, put my foot on the brake, pushed that button right there, and it started. Then I stopped it. Then got out, closed all the doors, hit my lock, and it locked. Hit my unlock, and it locked. So instead of going to the dealer, and I know some people probably have this problem with this because I've asked several times online, through YouTube, mechanics, dealerships, everything. Nobody could figure out what was going on. They said I need to replace the door handles, which was going to be like $2,800 for all 4 of them, and maybe some other stuff. Well, bought this cheap part and fixed it myself, and so that's all I had.